So the next movie actually is about how to install, guys, the NFS on the FreeNAS and how to connect it with the ESXi, both hosts to connect it, so to have a shared storage there. So basically what you need to do first is to go into the storage, choose the pools. Well, we need to add a pool. First we need to have a pool. We will create new pool. We will use the full idea there, so we're gonna call it pool. Okay, I'm gonna choose all of the disks there, so it is 900 megabyte, and I will just say create here. So basically I'll click on the arrow here on the right side, so to move it on the data devs, and then I'm gonna create it. So I will confirm and I will create the pool. So once we have this created, okay, we need to add a data set. So we click on these three dots here and we click add the data set. And this data set we need to call it. I'll call it NFS for ESXi. You could call it whatever you want actually. ESXi. I'll copy this and I'll paste it on the comments. You could skip the comment. I could say save actually here, and it will be done. So the next thing we do here will be on this data set and pool. Well, that's the pool. When we click on this drop down, that's the data set. We're gonna click here and we'll edit the permissions here. So we need to have appropriate permissions. Now we will say here write. We need to be able to write. We will apply permissions recursively. We'll confirm. We'll say continue and we'll save here. Okay. So basically you have a pool and you have a data set on it with permissions. Now, once again, as you see, guys, I'm using the full capacity of what we have there. The two disks which are in mirror. Actually, we have almost, well, when you create the pool and the data set on it, part of it actually is taken, and that's why we see less than what it was before. So don't worry about this. So once we are done with this, what we go and do is to click here on the drop down where it says sharing, and we need to go and click on the NFS sharing actually. Where it says Unix NFS shares, that's what you need to do. And then we need to add NFS share. We need to click on that. And now we need to configure the path. So to see where the path is and to copy it, actually, we need to click here on this folder. Here it is again. So it's MNT. Okay, we need to click here. It is in the pool. It is C code. And basically that's what it is. We need to click on this one. So this will be the way we're gonna find it out after, right? We need to click on this one, and that's the path. We need to access MNT pool C. If you don't know it, you could actually save it here, right? So you could copy, and you could say here NFS. And you could do something like this, and then you could paste this thing. So that's how you're going to access the NFS. Okay. So then we need to say all directories also. Then we click on advanced mode, and we come here wherever the the security is. Well, actually the sys was in the previous version, so we're going to skip this. So we're going to say save now. We're going to enable the service. That's important. We need the service to be enabled. It's like on the Linux. It's a Unix system, but it works the same way. And that's once again, this is the path we will access through our hosts. Okay. So the next thing what we need to do here, the last thing we need to do basically is to go to the shell, this one, and we need to add something here, right? Well, we need to mount the thing actually, right? So the last thing we need to do, you need to know, guys, that since FreeNAS is a is a Unix system. It's using a specific file system which is called ZFS. Now ZFS, it's synchronizing. It's very stable and very secure in terms of it protects everything what you do in terms if there are crashes on the system. Actually, it protects your information there against these crashes. So what it does, it synchronizes constantly everything on this system. And basically what we would like to do here is to disable the synchronization. Okay, so the commands we are showing here actually does this. It stops the sync and it, as you see, it stops on the this part. That's how you put it. Okay, because it's in the MNT folder, you put it this way, and actually afterwards it's working without any problems. Okay, so that's what we need to do last. We need to click enter here. Okay, and we need to stop it, otherwise our performance will be awful. Okay, so the next thing what we'll do will be basically to add our host to to add the shared for it, for the shared storage to our host. So I'm gonna do this on the obviously I'm gonna do it now on the vCenter. So what I will do, I'll go to the host and I'll right click and I'll add a new storage. Here's the storage. I'll say new data store. I need to do this on both of them. Now we're going to choose the NFS here, obviously. We're going to say next. We will use the latest NFS here, which is indeed NFS 4.1. Then we'll say next. Now we need to call it in a way, and we need to see what will be the, we will access after this the through the IP address and so on and so forth. So we'll deploy the things here. So we will call this one shared. I will call the data store shared because this is a shared data storage. Now the folder actually is this thing. You need to copy and paste this thing there. And they show it to you how it looks. And then the server will be, we know what is the server. This is the server, 172.18.04, our FreeNAS, 172.18.0.4. Okay, and we're gonna say next here. I'm not gonna use Kerberos for this, the authentication, so I'm gonna choose whatever it says. I'll say finish. And if everything's properly done, basically we will be able to add after this our shared storage here. So what I'll do, I'll click right on the one and I will say on the storage, I'll say rescan storage, scan for new state and so on and so forth. I'll say OK. Okay, it doesn't support the NFS, so it's okay. We will do it again. We'll do it again. So we'll use the other one. So we'll say storage. We're gonna do new data storage. So we set new NFS again. Then we say next. We keep on this one. So we said this is the shared storage. The folder obviously is this one. And the IP address. So let me just double check. You're not supposed to have empty spaces here. And then the server once again 172. It's 18.0.4. Let's try again. We say finish. This time it looks it's okay. Let's do storage. Let's rescan again. Say OK. So let's try to create a new virtual machine. Let's say a new virtual machine. It will be on this here within this cluster. I'm gonna choose. Well, now you see I have here on this one I will create it, because the storage is there, and now as you see I see the shared storage, so I could choose and I could put the virtual machine on my shared storage. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cancel this, so I'll do the same on that one. Right click, and then I will say here storage, new data store, we choose the NFS we set, next, NFS3, that would be the shared, the folder we know, and the server as well, 172.18.0.4. Okay, we say next, we say finished, and basically if we see completed, well, that means whatever it means, it has been completed. So we have now the storage, and basically we could add the share storage here as well, right? But we'll see after this. So now at the moment you have access to the storage as well through all of these guys. Okay, so this is what we want to do.